What do large Victorian mansions, walkability, and a hip dining and nightlife scene all have in common? Inman Park. By the way, did I just say hip? Is it even hip to say hip? Probably not. That's my mom talk going on. I'm probably showing my age there. But yes, I am here to give you a walking tour of Inman Park. I'm going to hit the streets, show you some cool architecture like this, and show you what's around here, and just stay tuned because there's a lot in store, including my favorite Tex-Mex restaurant in all of Atlanta. Believe me, it's good. Hey guys, my name is Molly Sleznick, and I am so excited to be taking you on this vlog tour today of Inman Park. If you definitely want to follow along with all of my other neighborhood tours, definitely hit that like, subscribe button, and hit that bell so you can be notified when I post new videos. So it is the end of September when I am filming this, and it is supposed to be like 88 degrees. So I've got my shorts on, my walking shoes. I'm kind of hanging out in the shade right now because it's going to be hot. But let's get started. I'm going to show you some cool houses in Inman Park because it is full of Victorian mansions on huge expansive lots. I mean, I could just drive and walk around here all day long because they are just so breathtaking. So let me go and find some for you. Okay, I'm gonna hop across the street here because this one is beautifully maintained and I have to show it to you. So check it out. Look at that. So I'm coming up on a mansion that I actually had the privilege of going inside because I volunteered with my church to help with an estate sale that was going on here. So I got to see the inside, and it was definitely, it looked like it hadn't been touched for a long time, but here it is. I mean, this is just beautiful. I hope whoever bought it, I don't really know what happened to it after the estate sale, but it looks very well kept up now. That is one thing about this neighborhood is I'm sure so many of these mansions have stories to them. I wish I knew them all, and I'm sure there are people that know all of the stories behind these, but again, look at this tree right here. How cool is that? I mean, these trees are so beautiful and they just line the streets. So the city of Atlanta used to do these Segway tours. Well, not the city of Atlanta, but a company within the city of Atlanta did these Segway tours, and they always hit up Inman Park. I would always see them checking out some homes, and one of them includes this house. It is called the Callan House, and the original owner was Asa Candler. And if you don't know who Asa Candler is, well, that was the founder of our company here in Atlanta, Coca-Cola. You guys, the number of Victorian houses around here is endless. Looky here, here's another one. So Inman Park is known for their Victorian mansions, which have expansive lots, but there are definitely a lot of smaller bungalow options, and they're gonna not have as great of a size of lot, and a lot of them are gonna be scrunched together. As you'll see, I'll put up a few shots here. Inman Park also has a little bit of newer construction with townhomes and lots of condo and apartment complex options closer to the Beltline and all the restaurants. If you're curious about home prices, now the mean single family home price in the last 6 months has been $1,025,000. Townhomes, which were, a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath, the median price range for that was $651K. And then if you're looking at a condo, the median price for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath was $335,000. So a little bit of a range there. So, different price ranges can live in this neighborhood. Now, these big Victorian mansions that I've been showing you, those don't come up for sale very often. In fact, in Inman Park in general, there's only been 21 houses for sale in the past 6 months. So not a lot has come up on the market. And when they do come up on the market, they sell really quickly. In fact, the average days on market for any home in the last 6 months has been 5 days. So not a lot of time. So it's definitely a popular area to be in. just because of its walkability and fairly central location. Right now I want to throw up a map just so you can see where we are in location to the city of Atlanta, and you'll see that Inman Park is pretty well centrally located. It is just west of downtown, about 3 miles, and if you want to get down to the airport, you're looking at about a 20-minute commute tops. If you want to go do some dining at different areas of the city, like Decatur, city of Decatur, that's roughly a 7 to 10 minute drive. Get over to Midtown, that's a 10-minute drive. Downtown, 7 minutes. If you want to get up to Buckhead, that's going to take you a little bit longer. It's going to be 25 minutes, not during peak hours. And the reason it takes so long is there's just not a super direct way to get over there. You either have to go take the cab over to 7585 and hop up that way, or you can go up Moreland and cut through the neighborhoods, and you're just gonna have to deal with traffic lights, and there's a little bit of congestion getting over Ponce de Leon. So that's going to take you a little bit longer. If you're thinking about working over there and living down here, just know that it's going to take you just a little bit longer to get over there. As far as amenities, well, the Beltline goes right through Inman Park, so you have that. And then Inman Park actually has a public pool. Well, actually, it's not really public. It's a neighborhood pool that you do have to sign up for, and there's a long waiting list. And sometimes when people sell their homes, they have a pool pass, and that can be very attractive because then you're automatically allowed into the Inman Park swimming pool, and you don't have to be on that long 3 to 5 year wait list. Inman Park is zoned to really good schools as well. You have Lin Elementary, which is just located over in the neighborhood of Keeler Park, which is basically a neighbor of Inman Park. You have Howard Middle, which is on the edge of Inman Park, and then Midtown High School. I keep wanting to mess that one up because it used to be called Grady High School, and I have to retrain my brain to say Midtown High School. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. In general, you have some residents here that have lived here a long time, and then you have a lot of younger families moving in, so you get a great mix of the young and the old all intermingling together. And Inman Park has some great festivals. Their primary festival is called the Inman Park Festival. It is the last weekend of April, and it covers several blocks. It makes a big loop around the neighborhood, and it's probably one of my favorite art festivals here in Atlanta because it has tons of artists, and they have their own little unique parade in the afternoon, and they do a neighborhood pre-party the day before the Inman Park officially launches. So it's a ton of fun. I definitely recommend that you come out and visit it sometime. Hopefully we'll be back next year, and when COVID is hopefully better, but it's definitely a festival you do not want to miss. All right, I want to show you an example of a home here. This is going to be the priciest one in the neighborhood. It's currently under contract and super adorable. Now, there isn't a lot of yard to it, but again, you are right by the restaurants, and the Beltline is just probably 2 blocks away, but here it is. So this home is a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath with just over 3,000 square feet. It's listed at $1.49 million and went under contract in 2 days. It has a large, expansive kitchen. You'll see that the living is open to the kitchen, and there is a slight backyard patio, but there's really not a lot of yard space, and just in this area, that is what you're gonna get. It does include a garage, but it's very well, nicely done. Funny story about this particular street. When we moved here 10 years ago and we were out house shopping, we looked at one of these similar homes. It was a yellow one, and I thought it was cute, but I knew I wanted a backyard, and these really don't have a backyard. But the area, remember, Inman Park 10 years ago was just a different area. It was still up and coming, and it looked a little sketchy. I remember driving through the Krog Street tunnel. I had no idea what that was, and it's just an area where artists put their art graffiti on the wall. It really only stays up there a couple of days before someone paints over it. But I saw that graffiti wall, and I immediately got turned off and thought, this is not a safe place to live. Man, did I miss the boat, because that house probably at the time was worth $600,000, and now these homes are going for almost 1.5 million. So missed the mark on that one. All right, I'm gonna go show you another home. It's a little bit less pricey. I mean, it's still over $1 million, but just over $1 million. Now, ooh, this sidewalk. This is one thing you will encounter in Atlanta. Let me show you. You get some of these sidewalks that have seen better days. So I'm gonna watch my step right here. There we go. Let me go show you this home that's just over $1 million. It sold for $1,030,000. And I'm coming up to it right now. 1 second. Here we go. So this is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, just over 2,300 square feet. You'll see that it just has a driveway, no garage. It does have a small basement flex space, which is a pretty good bonus in this area. It has a pretty nice living room with an original fireplace. It has a modern updated kitchen. It has an updated bathroom. That's what you can get for just over $1 million in this neighborhood. Again, it's all about location. It is literally across the street from restaurants and bars. So again, another example of prime location. All right, are you ready to see what a fixer-upper looks like here in Inman Park? I'm standing right behind one that just sold. It is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, just over 1,000 square feet, 1,066 if you want to be exact. But I mean, the location is great. You are right across from the Albert, which is a great little local brew pub. This one actually sold for $650K. It was listed for $600, and there must have been a bidding war, and it sold for $50K over the list price. So let me throw up some pictures here so you can see what a fixer-upper looks like. So you can see it has a pretty small living space. It definitely needs a kitchen upgrade, and the bedrooms are pretty small. The bathroom is pretty dated. So as you can see, this is gonna need a lot of love. It'll be definitely interesting to see what they do with this home, because I mean, it has a really cute exterior. There's a lot you can do with it, and some people love doing these full-blown renovations. And just remember, we're in a historical district, so you can't just change the exterior of the house. You can do whatever you want on the interior, but the exterior pretty much has to have the same look. All right, now that I've shown you some of the home examples, I'm gonna take a drive around the neighborhood so you can just see what all the home styles look like around here. Now that we've seen some home examples, let's go check out the food scene off of North Highland Avenue. And trust me, there are some good restaurants in this neighborhood. All right, I am right here at the main intersection where all of the restaurants meet up. First up, we have Soto Soto, an upscale Italian place. But next door, we also have Fridi, which is gourmet pizza. Then hop across the street and you have Beetle Cat, one of Inman Park's newest restaurants, which features delightful seafood dishes. And right behind it is Bread and Butterfly, which is an upscale Italian eater. Moving right along, we have Bar Taco, which features a fabulous outdoor patio. And you can also enjoy tapas across the street at Barcelona. And don't forget the Inman Park coffee. You definitely have to try their local coffee sometime. Literally all of these restaurants are right behind the Beltline. So let me just show you how close I am to the Beltline. So some of the first townhomes that were built on the Beltline were right here in Inman Park. You can see them right behind me. And they're going for about $1 million. And on the other side, let me get down here a bit. There are some really cool lofts called the Grinnell lofts. I'd say a 2-bedroom, 2-bath loft right here is going to cost somewhere around the $600K mark. Now let me mosey up along the Beltline and I'm going to show you some more townhomes that have been very, very popular. Okay, so I'm pulling up to some townhomes here over in Inman Park. They were probably built in the 2014 range. I'm sorry, actually earlier than that, probably 2010 range. And these were kind of the first of its kind. These right over here are about a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath, and they're going for around the mid 900s. Now, there's also some 3-bedroom, 3.5 baths that are a little bit smaller in square footage, and those are in the 800s. Now, if you get to a 4-bedroom townhome, then you're looking over $1 million. But I remember when these were first built, they were going for, $450. The area just wasn't really developed, and the Beltline was just very, very new. So, man, I wish I would have bought one of these townhomes way back then. One other thing I want to point out is that, we have these nice townhomes over here that are almost $1 million. And then right across the street, we have condos and apartments. So there's really a good mix of living styles for any budget. Standing right behind some condos that you can see right behind me, you can notice that all of the condos around here are going to be mid-rises. They're not going to be high-rises, so 5 floors or less. And the average median condo price for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath is right around $335K. Now you may be thinking, man, these condo prices and these townhome prices seem a little steep, but literally, you're a block away from all of the restaurants. I can actually smell, it's about lunchtime, so I can smell the grills going right now, and it's really making me hungry. So there's a price to pay for being in prime location, and guys, this is really good location. Okay, I am standing outside the Trolley barn located here in Inman Park, and I feel like I'm kind of a history teacher today because this is just another one of those pieces of history of this neighborhood that has been preserved. And the whole story with this is that the owners that bought this originally or built this, it was used for office spaces and like a maintenance depot for electric streetcars. So they opened up the first electric streetcar in the entire United States, which was pretty cool, but they quickly ran out of business because as technology progressed, more people created streetcar lines, and now today it has been restored and it's basically used for an event spaces such as wedding receptions. I'm coming up on a church that is over 150 years old. In fact, I think it was here before Inman Park became a suburb of Atlanta, but check that out. Just a fun fact about this church, besides it being old, this is where I got married. Inman Park does have a MARTA station location, which is great. So if you're going to events downtown, like a football game, basketball game, you can just hop on the MARTA, ride it to the little 5-point switch lines, and then get yourself to the downtown area. But here is the station. One thing I will mention is that Inman Park borders Dekalb Avenue. Dekalb Avenue is great because it goes all the way into downtown, but Dekalb Avenue is busy. It's kind of a quirky road. They call it, there's a suicide lane. I think they're working on changing that. Of course, it's going to come with some pains of construction, but they'll have one middle lane that goes one way during the morning hours and it reverses lanes in the afternoon hours. So you really have to be paying attention when you're driving on Dekalb Avenue. And another thing I'll point out is because it is a very busy road, and then right over this fence right here is the MARTA line, and so you'll hear trains. So you get that mix of trains and a bunch of cars going through here. And there are townhomes that are located all along this Dekalb Avenue. So you just need to be cognizant if you're looking at a home or a townhome that's located on Dekalb Avenue, you're gonna have that traffic noise. A lot of people get used to it, and they're generally a little bit cheaper because they are located on noisy Dekalb Avenue. But it's just something to keep in mind when you are searching for homes in this area or in any of the neighborhoods that run along Dekalb Avenue. And if you get off of the Inman Park station and need a quick bite to eat, go to Proof Bake Shop. They have a great selection of baked goods, and some are even vegan options, so they got you covered there. One other food scene that we have to check out here in the Inman Park area is called Krog Street Market. It is a food hall that has not your typical mall food. It is very good. It was opened up in 2014. It's located just off the Beltline, and that is the home to my favorite Tex-Mex restaurant in all of Atlanta. I am so thankful they opened up because I used to live in Houston. I didn't think I was a Tex-Mex snob until I moved here and I couldn't find any good Tex-Mex. So Superica has changed my life. Their tortillas are top notch. In fact, I'll throw fajita parties during March Madness. I will make my own fajita meat, but I will send my husband to Superica just to buy their tortillas because the tortilla makes everything in a fajita. Anyway, I'm hungry. Let's go check out Krog Street Market. Now, if the food scene at Krog Street Market and North Highland Avenue was not enough for you, there's even more restaurants right on the Beltline. I am standing right outside of them. And these townhomes, believe it or not, are probably the most expensive ones out there. They are just a couple years old and they are between 1.4 and 1.5 million. So they're a pretty penny to live on the Beltline. But if you like people watching, that would be great. But I will say, living right directly under an ice cream shop would be pretty dangerous for me. This area is definitely unique because you can just ride your bike or walk or jog and grab a beer, grab a pizza, get some Asian food, get some ice cream. So it is definitely a sought out location. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this video back at home where I have air conditioning because I just checked my thermometer and it says it feels like 90 degrees out, and literally this is the end of September. So I wanted to conclude by just talking about some of the pros and cons of living in Inman Park. Let's start out with some of the pros. So the pros, you know, obviously the walkability is huge. You're right on the Beltline. You can zip over to downtown Midtown, get on the highways very, very quickly and easily. And, you know, you have the Victorian houses, have a lot of charm, a lot of character, and you have really, really good schools. So those are all some great pros. Now here's the flip side, the cons. Okay, one con would be that the property taxes are pretty high, okay? And that goes along with because they are zoned to good schools that you're gonna just have higher property taxes. Another thing is it's just pretty darn expensive to live in Inman Park, and there's just not a lot of inventory available at any one time. And unless you're buying one of those expansive Victorian mansions, a lot of these homes are going to have pretty small yards or lack thereof, and you're paying a pretty good penny to live in that neighborhood. But again, it's all about location, right? I'd say another con would be that it is, I guess it's a pro and a con. So it's part of a historic district. So they're pretty picky on if any kind of homeowner wants to change an exterior part of the home. They're pretty strict about all of that. So if you're wanting to, you know, redo the exterior of your home, that's probably not going to happen in this neighborhood. I guess the flip side of it being a pro would be that because they have this strict historical measure in place, that you are not going to have a bunch of tear downs or a lot of homes that don't fit in the neighborhood. It's going to keep that integrity of the neighborhood up, and that's what everyone goes to that neighborhood anyways for, because it is just so charming and it's unique. So with that, I'm going to end it here. Now, you may be saying, you know, Inman Park, I love those Victorian homes, but I can't afford one. Stick around, because in another video, I will show you another part of town, Grant Park, that has beautiful Victorian homes and maybe not quite so expensive. So, and if you didn't watch my other video tour of another walkable neighborhood, one to check out would be Virginia Highland, and I'll put the link up here. So until next time, you guys, I'll see you later.